I'm Jennifer Okolo. Welcome to Around the World. Now, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has lifted the 3-week partial lockdown imposed on the country to stem the spread of coronavirus, but the ban on gatherings is still in place. The move makes Ghana one of the first few countries in the world to have lifted restrictions amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The West African country has in the past overtaken 3 other countries to become the region's most impacted with the global pandemic, with the current tally behind South Africa and Cameroon. Now, according to the presidency, easing the preventive restrictions was in view of the ability to undertake aggressive contact tracing of infected persons. While educational facilities still remain closed, businesses have been allowed to operate conditionally. The 3-week lockdown had been imposed in the capital Accra as well as Kumasi, Tema and Kosoa cities. However, the country has recorded about 271 fresh COVID-19 cases a week after lifting lockdown. 2 regions recorded their index cases, OT and Western North regions, with the Greater Accra region maintaining its yawning lead as the epicenter. Ghana has recorded over 1,000 cases according to Johns Hopkins University. We are now being joined by Adebayo Samuel Ogunkoya, the president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Ghana chapter. Good to have you join us, Adebayo. Now, moving on quickly, according to reports, the Ghanaian presidency had imposed a lockdown which lasted for 3 weeks, and just almost immediately after the lockdown was relaxed, there came fresh COVID-19 cases of over 200. Now, what is the reaction of Ghanaians to this recent happening?
Hello, greetings to your viewers, and thanks for having me. Ghanaians' reaction to the president's directive was, I would say, it's mixed feelings. Some believe that it was politically motivated, and others believe what the president said when, which he emphasized in his speech, that it was a decision that was carefully made after adequate consultation with the institutions that deals with COVID-19 in this country. So it means it was scientifically backed up. That was what the president emphasized. And when it comes to the ordinary Ghanaians, everybody's trying to be as responsible as possible, because we all know that government alone cannot fight this unwanted visitor, COVID-19, for us. So we are all, I would say we, because I live in this country. So we are all fighting this together. The government has, instructed everybody, nobody should come out, instructed everybody to come out with their mask if you have to. And, the social gathering ban is still in place, so schools are not opening, churches are not, the mosques are not. So other businesses have been reopened, and people are very, very careful. The malls, restaurants are not serving people apart from deliveries, so you can't sit anywhere to drink, you can't sit anywhere to eat. So Ghanaians, I think overall they have been responsible, quite responsible so far.
Okay, looking at the statistics of the rising cases of the pandemic in the country, Ghana is seen as the most impacted with the global pandemic in Africa, with the current tally behind South Africa and Cameroon. Do you think the country is doing well in its fight against the pandemic?
Yeah, the statistics, people, I think people are getting it wrong when it comes to the statistics coming out of Ghana. They are not new cases. Ghana is conducting what I would call aggressive, testing. Aggressive testing, because they are testing. I think they've done more testing than majority of all African nations, and they are number 1 in Sub-Saharan Africa. So because of that, they are recording more cases, because they are, of course, obviously, if you are doing 180, you are 50,000 ahead of other countries, then you have to be recording more cases. And the good news is that they are not really new cases. These are subject of I would say secondary tracing. They've quarantined thousands of people, and on daily basis they are conducting the secondary tracing of these people who are already quarantined, and they are now, that is why the figures are coming up. So they are not community. It's not a community contracting. Not like somebody's contracting a disease from one maybe public gathering to another places. No, the new numbers are just a result of the aggressive testing they are doing. That is why they have the new numbers.
Now, as a Nigerian based in Ghana, I want to believe you are updated with the situation in Nigeria. Do you think Nigeria is doing well in handling the pandemic compared to other West African countries, looking at it from the perspective of what Ghana is doing?
Nigeria's handling of this situation, Nigeria is not handling it well, I would say, because of course some of the news coming from Nigeria are not really encouraging. You said the testing, the country of 200 million have done less than 20,000. Ghana is less than 30 million. Ghana is less than 30 million in population, and Ghana have conducted over 100,000. Nigeria is here to do 20,000, and that is not encouraging. When you're not testing people, how do you know? Because everybody's talking about Lagos, Abuja, Ogun. There are other parts of the country that might be, heavily infected with things like this, but because we are not even testing them, how do we know? And people will be dying of things you can't even explain of. So that we now have to wait maybe till autopsy to confirm what killed them. If you have been COVID-19, could we have actually avert that? We don't know. So Nigeria needs to up their game when it comes to the testing aspect of it. And also, the other part of it is the lockdown. How is Nigeria handling lockdown? It's not really, encouraging. The palliatives are not really going to places they're supposed to go to. Here, for instance, my light here, government is paying, over 70% of this light here. My water is free. Businesses are having tax free, there are some schools, organizations, and some school unions in this country just wrote to the government that they want the government to fund them to kind of be able to help them, assist them in paying some of their workers, and government have been responding positively in regards to that. So, health workers are having encouraging bonuses. A country as small as these is doing its possible best, to make sure that they can at least, support their citizens in these trying times. I know that there is no singular country in Africa that can feed its citizens for 30 days, but there are some of these countries who are at least showing, massive support for their citizens, just to be able to ease the stress on them during these very, very trying times. But Nigeria, so far, I could not see any significant thing that the Nigerian government have done to ease, this discomfort that their citizens are facing at this period. Yeah, so Nigerian government is not doing well. I would say that they are not doing well at all, because we tend to look at Lagos and we define Nigeria with regards to what Lagos is doing. It goes beyond that. Lagos is just one of the 36 states in Nigeria, not to talk of Abuja, which is the federal capital.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Adebayo. Moving on, still on the international scene, the United Arab Emirates called on Thursday on all Libyan parties to commit to the UN-supervised political process to end the war, while at the same time saluting the Eastern Libya-based army led by General Khalifa Haftar. The UAE statement did not comment directly on Haftar's declaration on Monday that his army will take power, ripping up a 2015 political agreement that has been the basis of all international peacemaking efforts. The UAE commends the Libyan National Army for conducting anti-terror operations. A statement by the Emirati Foreign Ministry said, expressing its categorical rejection of the Turkish military intervention in support of the rival Tripoli-based government of national accord. The statement expressed the UAE's support for a political solution based on the Berlin Conference, calling on all parties to commit to the political process under the supervision of the United Nations. Well, that's all on Around the World. Thank you for staying with us.